Hey everybody, working with GTF2 and Tim and Steve of Dodge to better make a car engine for the Challenger. We want to mock Bugatti with their 16 piston. We want to make a more golden rotary style engine with the water and sulfur type carburetor. It wouldn't even need an engine intake. It wouldn't even need an alternator, as the engine would power the whole car. The car would need a basic car battery to start off the rotation, but then use the power generated in the current of the fission to power everything electronic in the car. It would be way more powerful than any Bugatti and would be well worth the high price, and would still look like a classical Dodge Charger or Challenger, whichever body style we pick. It would simply have somewhat of a instead of a hood scoop, it would have something that would look like a carburetor popping out of the hood, and the engine would be a rotary style block made of gold. Would use basically water and sulfur to do a thermal fission and generate a uranium blast because it would be backed up electronically by gold. So that's how it would work. It would be very powerful, very fast, would develop a lot of power to rear wheels. We could even make a four-speed transmission, four-wheel transmission, but you know, for drag car, let's keep it to the power to rear wheels. I would build an even better Challenger than the Demon 170 to piss off Bugatti. Just saying, just for laughing rights there. We'll discuss about price points and what kind of investment we're looking at. All I did ask Dodge was for one car be made specifically for me and paint the car black, because the uranium discharge would be mostly black in the chamber. The fission would burn black mostly. So how would the sun be so bright? Well, look at the space at night. What's the color of the sky? It's all about how you see this within the spectrum, basically, and how you power the fission. Basically, electric current would make it look more blue. Something in the ozone layer would change the color to sky blue, you know, in the daytime. It's all about how water is condensed. A sun would have technically a molten golden semi-gas state to begin with, which means within the apscension in space there must be some gold electrons left in this position. So basically, yes, it would be a thermal nuke, and would be a lot more constant than the fission in the burn, and would simply generate way more power to the rear wheels. Would need a well-equipped differential and really good brakes. Make sure to have a parachute and a lot of stopping distance. You know, it will not be easy to brake. And would need a somewhat better frontal suspension depending on the size of the block. Pretty much the same for the rear, as usual. Might need to work out a better shock spring for the front. Yes. You might want to keep the car to the ground, closer to the ground. Actually, you might want to drop it a bit. You might want to keep the car from even lifting. So you might want a heavier engine. Slightly modify the body of a Challenger to have it a different look. to make it way more in the front, keep it from lifting. I know it would suck for a drab car to not to be able to lift and look cool, but you would have develop way much more speed, and would not lose power to the rear wheel differential, and you would not lose control of over your car and end up flying crashing. You have to make it safe. Think of it, you're using a uranium depth charge to power the rear wheels. How fast do you think the thing will fucking rocket? A very solid differential, yes. Maybe something made like tungsten, actually, yes. It would have to be very resistant, because we'll develop a lot of power within the engine. I would be just be like the idea guy for the invention, and I'm not looking for money. I'm looking to have a car made by my design, anyways, to begin with. That's what I would consider a deal there. I'm the fucking inventor. I should have a car based on my invention. Car battery would be minimal, just be used to power the basic charge. No alternator, no intake, because the water would have oxygen that would build the thermal energy. It would basically work more carburetor style. Where you put the fuel tank is up to you, and the car could look mostly classical Challenger, just with instead of a hood scoop or hood vent, it would have a protruding carburetor looking like device that would condense and mix water and sulfur together and inject it within the top of the rotary engine. Yep. You would better at controlling the fission at the top and within the center, as it would go down spiral within the, so that would give you an idea how to make it work out in a circular motion. Would be somewhat triangular, actually, at the base. Which would make it look even more odd, as it would save a lot of weight and have better weight distribution through the whole car, anyways. They would be saving on a lot of need of fitting of parts. It would save a lot of room in the engine bay. So how big the engine block is up to you, Dodge, and up to you to figure it out. As your best designers, engine designers, to actually go on the drawing board and use my ideas and basic concepts and just see what you can make. But basically it would use thermal nukes. It would be in constant motion. It would power and electronically power even the car lights. The battery would be basically to power the inner charge within the first few spins. Just use the then generated motion to repower the battery, to recharge the battery as you go.
La Corvette 72 de l'une dans la main marche plus que la Corvette de l'année.
So it could still be basically made out of lithium, It's up to you how you work it out. In a control against spin, you might be able to condense the sulfur with the water, or make it bubbly kind of thing. You'll see. Try to see what you can do. how much I wanted for the invention. I don't want to sell the idea. I just want to contribute to the company. As an active GTF member, I would need a manufacturer to produce, just maybe start one day mass producing, or even build a car to begin with that I want to invent. So I suggest we talk price points and how much we would get each other for this invention. Leave that for later talk. I'm not too worried about money just yet. Just please work out a design. See what you can make of. Anyways, I'm gonna stop recording and publish this on YouTube.